Brian McKnight shares his story of fatherhood as he introduces new segment, Fatherhood Fridays.
Brian McKnight. Welcome to the first episode of Fatherhood Fridays. I'm so excited to share with you my story of fatherhood and also highlight other fathers out there who are exceptional examples of what a great father should be. I wanted to have a guest today, but as you can see, I'm here by myself, so I guess he wasn't man enough to have a conversation about fatherhood. I'm still waiting, Rick. Now, I'm not here to throw any shade on anyone or to live in the past in any way. I've
Oh,
addressed
right.
all of that. Fatherhood Fridays is about how when you do things the right way, with God on your side, with the person He made for you, the happiness and joy you feel will be greater than anything you could have ever imagined. My wife Leilani and I have been together over a decade and married for almost 7 years. Naturally, I became Julia and Jack's father with the blessing of their biological father, and we became a family. What is a part of her is a part of me also. I have my own personal father-daughter and father-son relationships with them, and as their I'm Brian McKnight. Welcome to the first episode. Father, I have the privilege of loving them, molding them, guiding them, and nurturing them alongside their mom, and bringing them to adulthood, frankly, has been one of the greatest pleasures of my life. At dinner one night recently, I asked them both, why in this world where it seems like children want to do anything but listen to their parents, why they respect and love me so much? I asked them, was it the cars or the trips all over the world, or was it maybe the homes we live in? And you want to know what they both said? They said, because you're my dad, and all we want to do is make you proud. Notice it's not you're my stepdad, it's just dad. Julia graduated with honors, getting her master's at Emory, and is in her residency on her way to becoming an anesthesiologist. And Jack is in his senior year at Colorado, graduating with 2 degrees. Will be headed to law school next fall. And now that Junior is here, they're so excited to see him grow up the same way that they did. See, he's the one that ties us all together. Because of him, we are father. I have the privilege of one blood. A proud father doesn't even come close to describing how I feel. How successful a child is directly proportional to how they've been parented. But be clear, even if they didn't have all these accomplishments, I would be proud and grateful simply because they exist, that they came from the woman who I am deeply in love with. Of course, her children are my children. They gave me the gift of true fatherhood. They are mine, and I am theirs. What we have is symbiotic. They nurture me as much as I nurture them.
And that is very weird. That he said a lot of things, y'all. He has said a lot of things that is very bothersome. You only care about the children because you love the mother. Also, y'all know that Brian McKnight has his own biological children. Three, two sons, one daughter, I believe. Two sons from the previous marriage, and the daughter is from a outside relationship he had. I believe he cheated on his wife at the time, Julie McKnight, and he had his daughter Brianna. Or was that from a previous relationship? I can't remember, y'all. I think, yeah, I thought it was a cheatation, but I'm not exactly sure. Hold up, let me see what it says. Let me see. Brian McKnight, eldest daughter from a previous relationship, unlike her older brothers, Brianna hasn't made any appearances with her father aside the occasional social media post from the singer, including one of the 2012 where he reflected on how fast she was growing up. In August 2019, McKnight addressed his complicated relationship with his daughter as he talked about his estrangement with his children. In the video, McKnight claimed that Brianna's mother blocked him and his wife from all of her social media accounts and completely estranged her from us. He also went on to claim that Brianna's mother only wanted to have a child with him for money. In 2020, Brianna filed a lawsuit against her father, claiming that he maliciously defamed her on social media per court documents obtained by Radar Online. The case was later settled before it went to trial, with McKnight leaking the documents showing he agreed to pay Brianna more than $200,000. In a video shared to his YouTube channel in May 2023, McKnight claimed that his estrangement with his children was mutual. He added that after Brian Jr. and Brianna made posts about him in 2019 and he rose towards reconciliation and acknowledgement, and acknowledging them became a dead issue, and he changed his will. Y'all, Brian McKnight is the ultimate troll. What he did here on social media was him trolling his kids. It's him trolling the public who has decided to not um buy any
One
more
blood.
tickets to his shows.
Father, I have the. I'm
Yeah,
Brian McKnight.
I think he's trolling. I think this is intentionally to hurt those other kids. Also, I believe his oldest son is going through cancer right now. I believe that Brian McKnight is probably one of the worst individuals I've ever seen. I also believe that the new wife is probably being controlled, and the new kids are probably being controlled as well. I think if they were to look at the way he treats the other children and really look at it from a honest standpoint, they would see that that's really fucking terrible and weird for you to treat your other children like that. If I were these new children, I would be scared to argue with him. I would be scared to say anything that he may disagree with, because then he may disown me the way he did those kids. So them getting along doesn't mean anything to me. Someone that will go through these links to upset their other, I understand. Like, to me, the way he does this on social media, I understand why the other baby mama blocked him on social media. And I want to know what he did to defame his daughter in order for her to file a lawsuit against him that she actually seemingly won. Let's see. Brian McKnight is scoffing at his estranged daughter's claim that he abandoned her, and he's got the legal documents. As RadarOnline.com reported, the Back at One singer's daughter, Brianna, sued her famous father for defamation in 2020. The case was settled before it went to trial, and McKnight leaked the document showing he agreed to pay his so-called abandoned daughter more than $200,000. I feel like he did that in order to malign her to the public. That's the reason why he leaked it. Which to me is in line with this constant social media father of the year bullshit he's doing. Is to troll and upset the other kids more so than it is to speak on his actual relationship with that other woman in man's children, child. Even though I believe in blended families, y'all, I believe in people accepting children as their own, but I don't feel like that's what's genuinely happening right here with Brian McKnight. I think he's just using this woman and her children to upset the previous. um McKnight addressed Brianna's claims publicly on social media Thursday. The Grammy nominated singer 53 shot down her accusations of abandonment and spoke about the outcry he faced from fans who attacked him for flaunting his happily ever after with his current wife and their kids, but failed to acknowledge his others. There is an He said, there's a very simple reason why I post about some of my children on social media and not others. The children that I currently do not have relationships with, I don't post about them. Instead, I post about the children with whom I do have relationships. They're still your kids, though, you idiot. Like, I can't stand him for this because this shit is just so fucked up. As for his relationship with Brianna, McKnight shockingly made the decision to post legal documents which outlined the settlement agreement that struck after she sued over a vicious lie she said he spread about her allegedly sleeping with her cousin, an accusation he denied. The legal documents showed that Brianna scored a pretty penny for suing her dad, whose net worth is estimated at $10 million. First payment within 5 business days of execution by both parties of this agreement. Brian will pay a sum of $100,000 without deduction or offset. Documents outline that the second payment of $50,000 will be paid within 6 months after the first payment is due. McKnight agreed to pay Brianna another third payment of $50,000 within 6 months after she received the second one, and a fourth payment of $50,000 within 6 months after the third. He never addresses how much he agreed to pay, but the docs cut off at $250,000. McKnight also made sure to highlight that although he agreed to pay Brianna, he did not admit to any wrongdoing, sir. Sir. In executing this agreement, Brian is not admitting any liability or wrongdoing. The payments here under do not constitute an admission. I mean, so you believe that you're not lying? No abandonment, no made up story, no false statements, no defamation. Then why are you being forced to pay? Like, to me, that means he's lying, y'all. Why would the court system make him pay $200,000 to his daughter if he did not get out here somewhere and lie? I don't know where he did it, but apparently he lied and said she slept with her cousin, and that is why she sued him. To me, it seems like if you don't do what he want to do, if you're not in agreement with him in some way, and also if he don't like your mama, he gonna treat you like shit. Now let's go back to his previous ex-wife, okay? Brian is McKnight's eldest son, whom he shares with ex-wife Julie McKnight. Throughout his childhood, Brian attended many events with his father, including the 2000 American Music Awards, various movie premieres. Additionally, Brian has performed alongside his father on several occasions, including The Morning Show with Mike and Juliet in 2008. In 2009, McKnight spoke about his sons, Brian and Nico, as they were set to release their debut album under the name McKnight. They do all the music themselves. McKnight told Soul Culture about his sons. I'm just here to sort of be the executive producer. I'm one of the proudest dads on the planet Earth. Brian Jr., also a father, recently welcomed a baby in 2022 with his girlfriend Adina. I can't wait to really tell you how much you completely changed our lives and have brought so much joy, acceptance, forgiveness, and pure love to the family, my sweet girl. He wrote on an Instagram as he celebrated his daughter's first birthday in June 2023. Your birthday will always kick off the summer. So that was the son. In October 2023, the elder McKnight announced that he legally changed his name in order to share a name with his newborn son, despite a senior Brian McKnight Jr. already existing. Okay, but hold up. I'm reading that, but I really want to read. Where's the wife? Because I want to talk about the first wife, not this one, because I believe his first wife divorced him. Let me see. Because I feel like what we're seeing is that now, a lot of these men, they are acting bad with the kids because they're angry with the wife who left them a lot of the times. It doesn't say. It doesn't say who filed for divorce. It don't say who filed. I wish they would have told us, girl, because I would have wanted to know. But what I do know is he was with the first wife for most of his career, as it pertains to the time when he was putting out some of his best music. A lot of it was written about his wife, who he had been with, I believe, since either high school or college or something along those lines, if I can remember accurately. Because I remember reading about it, but I just can't find where I read about it from. Okay. Um, because all that's here on his Wikipedia now is the story about Leilani. And I believe he's probably edited his Wikipedia, y'all. He's probably edited his Wikipedia so that it does not include a story about his first wife. But I believe that he cheated on that first wife. It was a lot of shit going on. Okay. But I do believe she also was like in music. So like there was a lot of shit that he probably got with that first wife that was, she was a part of him making his money. She was a part his wife divorced him, the first one. That's what I thought. I felt like he probably was never home, traveled a lot, probably left her to deal with the kids and showed up to be, fun dad and all of that. And then he tried to make it seem like one of the reasons why he wasn't talking to his son is because they were always asking him for shit. But then he just wrote about how they make all their music themselves. So are they gimme kids, or are they actually working and trying to become, versions of you? Yes, this is what I was about to say. She helped him write songs. Yeah, I believe so. Whatever happened though, it seems as if because the previous mothers don't see it for him, he don't see it for the kids. That's what it's seeming like to me, y'all. And I just feel like him doing this on the internet is just such a statement of how fucked up he is as an individual and as a person. I don't really care to read those comments of him going back and forth with people. I think he's a trash human being for doing this. At the end of the day, you could have beef with your kids, right? You could be mad at your kids, but to always be on like public platforms ignoring their existence so that you can be petty as a parent, I think it's disgusting, and it shows a lack of growth. It shows a lack of involvement, and it shows a lack of maturity as it pertains to being a grown ass man and a father. And I do feel like you was with that lady Leilani for how many years before you went and had a baby with her so that you can name that baby Brian Jr. I low key feel like he purposefully had that last baby so that he can have another junior to replace his oldest, who now has cancer.